Hi there, I'm Kate McClellan, and I've been a professional wedding planner for over 20 years now. I started Planning Collective when I noticed that though most couples are super excited about getting engaged, they quickly feel overwhelmed and intimidated by the actual process of planning their weddings. If left unchecked, this can lead to massive burnout and the urge to scrap all your plans and just elope. While this is totally normal, you don't have to sacrifice your sanity for your dream wedding. In the Wedding Planning Collective podcast, I'm going to share the processes, tips, and tools that all engaged couples like you need to feel confident, supported, and excited about your wedding plans again. Let's get started. Hey there, before we get to the episode, I have a quick question for you. Have you been unsuccessfully trying to shake that feeling that you're forgetting something when it comes to your wedding? You've got the Knot app and you've downloaded countless other planning checklists, but you just can't get rid of that sneaking suspicion that there's something you don't know yet. It's a very common feeling when it comes to wedding planning. So much so that I decided to put together a free resource to help get rid of what I call FOWO, the fear of wedding oversight. Yes, it does include that 12-month task checklist, but that's just the start. In addition to the ultimate wedding planning checklist, my new Don't Forget list also includes a wedding vendor checklist, your shopping list, a packing list for the wedding weekend, and a complete wedding item setup list to make sure that you are truly not forgetting anything when it comes to your wedding. And you heard me right, this list is free for you to grab right now. Just head over to planningcollective.com/forgetting and it's all yours. That's planningcollective.com/FORGETTING, and let's get rid of that FOWO together. All right, let's get on to the episode. Hey guys, Kate here. Welcome back to another episode of the Wedding Planning Collective podcast. It is the week of Thanksgiving, which means the holidays are officially here, and today's mini episode is meant to give you a quick boost to check some things off your planning list and still get to enjoy some time off. Before we get into the episode, though, I want to say something that might surprise some of you, and that is that you have my full permission to take this entire holiday week completely off of wedding planning. Truly, rest, eat, nap, repeat, all of those things. If you feel like you are in a good spot with your planning, just take the time off and enjoy. That is, unless your wedding is happening in 2025, in which case you probably don't have the opportunity to take the time off. But for those getting married in 26 and 27, enjoy the holiday and time with your family if you want. But if you do find yourself with some extra time off and you're wanting to get ahead of the planning, or maybe you're just looking for a socially acceptable excuse to step away from the family for a bit, this can be a perfect opportunity for a tiny bit of productive wedding planning energy. I do know that the holidays can be really tough for some people, so keeping up with your planning might actually be a perfect escape for you. And speaking of using your time well, next week's episode is one of my absolute favorites. We're going to do a full end of the year reset to get you ready to start strong in 2026. We'll be talking about wedding budget updates, priority check-ins, vendor timelines, all the things that are going to get you walking into January feeling organized instead of overwhelmed. Today, it is all about keeping things simple. So let's get into a handful of quick wins that you can choose from during this holiday week. I'm going to give you some options and I want you to pick 3. That's it. 3 tiny tasks and you can call it a win. All right, so let's break it down. 10 simple wedding tasks that you can check off in 15 minutes or less during this holiday week. First one, do a quick vendor check-in. Email one vendor that you've booked or that you've been communicating with and you still need to either confirm or connect with. A simple email saying, I hope you're having a great holiday week. Is there anything you need from me? Works perfectly. Or just quickly ask them, what is the next step with us in moving forward? Or what is the next step for us prior to the wedding day? Number 2, update one thing on your budget or your guest list. You don't need to do the whole thing, literally one thing or one name. The momentum can start building, and if you want to check off more things, fantastic, but that one thing is our goal for right now. Option number 3 is making one design decision. So maybe you've been holding off on choosing your color palette or deciding between centerpieces or which charger plate or napkin color do you want. If you're up for it, the Thanksgiving table can be a perfect time to ask for opinions, but know your crowd and know yourself. Do not open yourself up to unwanted opinions if you don't think that's the route you want to go down. But if you've been struggling between a couple different charger plates or what chair option or linen color you want, and you think you're going to be seeing some people over the Thanksgiving break that might be able to help you with this decision, it could be a perfect opportunity to bring that up. Number 4 is one of my favorites and something I recommend most of you do over the holidays is cleaning up your Pinterest boards. You likely went a little pin crazy when you first got engaged and started saving a bunch of different boards and a bunch of different inspiration pins. And now that you've gotten a little bit more into the planning, you probably have some that are not going to pertain to what you're looking to plan anymore. So take a few minutes while you're watching the football game or waiting for something to come out of the oven and unsave the photos that are no longer part of your inspiration. Definitely keep the ones that still feel right, and you can take a little bit of time to also caption or note in them what about that photo is the reason why you saved it. A cleaner board is going to make it so much easier as you're communicating with your vendors, especially those on the design end, so they can know exactly what you're looking for and not have to search through the endless number of pins that maybe were your inspiration before you picked your venue or before you really started getting into the planning. Number 5, review one vendor contract. And of course, at this point, if it's been signed, we're not looking at it from like a negotiation standpoint or is this a good contract? But what we're looking for now is the details that maybe you didn't jot down before. When are your payments due? Are there any venue restrictions? Catching one detail early on can save you money or stress down the road. Number 6, work on your family photo list or create a mini shot list for your photographer. So what are 5 to 10 must-have photos that you absolutely need to have that day? Number 7, confirm or book your hotel block details. Double check the dates and the rates so nothing sneaks up on you. If you don't already have a hotel block, it can really help you stay organized and make sure that there is less guest chaos around the wedding. Number 8, just like your Pinterest board, now is also a perfect opportunity to organize your wedding email account. Move vendor conversations from the ones that you've booked. You can archive all the clutter, delete the junk and the spam. This will make finding important information so much easier as you're moving forward. Number 9, finalize one of your registry categories, whether it's your kitchen items, home essentials, bedroom, bathroom, whatever it might be. Pick one category and you can work your way through it. A little bonus for this is if you have anybody over the holiday season asking for gift ideas, you can send them your registry, especially if you're working on a honeymoon fund or something that you want to save up a little bit. My opinion, there's nothing wrong with sharing your wedding registry for events outside of the wedding, right? Most people would rather get you something that you are actually going to enjoy or use rather than something that's specifically Christmas rather than wedding related. And number 10, update one section of your wedding website. So adding some photos to the gallery, maybe a quick story on how you met, adding your wedding party to give your guests a little bit more information about who's going to be playing a big role on your wedding day. The wedding website can often get pushed to the back burner, so this is a perfect opportunity to add a little bit more to that. So out of those 10, which do you think you're going to feel the best about checking off of your list? If you're still struggling with where to start, my top 3 suggestions would be a quick vendor check-in. It opens up the communication ahead of the January rush. Number 2, updating your guest list or your budget. Holiday conversations can always bring along new information, so make sure you're updating it accordingly. Or task number 3, working on that design decision that you've been putting off can really help you in the future before you start moving forward with the plans again. So remember, you do not have to do anything wedding related this week. But if you're in the mood for a tiny little planning hit, or you need an excuse to hide out from your relatives for just a moment, pick a few of these things and check them off your list. And make sure to subscribe so you can get next week's episode where we're going to do the end of the year reset. It's going to be really important for those planning 2026 and 2027 weddings. So it is one that you will not want to miss. If you want more small, doable steps, the Planning Collective membership breaks everything wedding planning down into a clear and manageable path with templates, checklists, and weekly support sessions to help guide you through. As always, you can get more information at planningcollective.com/membership. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving, get some rest, eat lots of leftovers, and hide from the chaos if needed. And I will see you next week to help you get ready for 2026.